Welcome back to the website development unit. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the basics of HTML, hypertext markup language. HTML is the language we use to make things appear on our screens. So if we were to analyze, say, a YouTube page here using our web developer tools, you can see that our page is built up of HTML. We've got a head area, we've got a body area, and we've got a bunch of different elements on the screen. And you can see that in the HTML, there's code for each one of those elements. Now, obviously, this is a complex website. We're going to start from very, very basics. So let's look at some HTML tags that we can use fairly early on to get things working. So what I'd like you to do is copy what we call boilerplate code. This code is pretty standard. Most websites will use these lines of code within their main pages. So what we'll do is we'll paste that into our index file. Now, you won't see anything on the screen. You won't see anything in your live preview because we haven't actually asked our browser to display anything yet. And I'll explain why. Lots of these tags here that start and end in these brackets, they're telling the browser or giving the browser some information about the site that they're about to create, that they're about to display. For example, it's saying that this website is going to be in English. It's going to say this website is going to use something called UTF, which is Unicode, which is text that allows support of emojis and like accents for different languages, like French, for example, and all computers can generally support this. We're going to be using something called Viewport, which is telling the browser to use the full size of the screen available, and that includes the likes of iPhone screens and Android screens, all those types of displays. We've got our tab title, so our tab here, we can change that now. My website, well, I'm going to do my website on the Beatles. So I've put that in my tab title here. And then we've got two links. We've got a link to a style sheet, CSS, which allows us to apply different colors, different properties to elements that we use in HTML. We'll talk more about that in future. We've also got a reference to something called a script, a JavaScript file, which is again something that we'll cover towards the end of this unit of work, but we'll leave it in there for now. So what we have here is the body section of the page and the head section of the page. So the head section is stuff that's loaded when the browser first receives the actual file, the HTML file, and the body will contain things that the browser will then go on to display. So I can type just normal text in here, so I can say hello world, but I'm pretty limited. If I just type standard text, I can't even do new lines, so can't support a new line. So it's just an endless string of text. So what I need to use are tags. So we've seen some of them here, but let's use some tags that are actually will display things. So H1, which is a heading. H2, more of a subheading, slightly smaller. And then we've got paragraph text. So paragraph text is just general text that you might use or see on a website. So this website will explore history of famous Liverpudlian band. Okay, so one thing I will concede at this stage is this is pretty ugly stuff. Like, we're not having an exciting looking page here, but as you'll be able to see in future lessons, we're going to use this CSS file to reference these tags and make the text or whatever elements inside of it formatted in a way that we're happy with. So quite quickly, you'll see in the future lessons, we will start to get a website structure, and we'll pick a theme, apply some fonts, and we'll start to have a nice looking website. So I hope this helps with the the tasks that you're going to be completing today, which include finding out what these HTML tags do, creating your website directory, and then actually applying some boilerplate code and saving it as I've just done in that video. Okay, thanks boys.